Worshipful Master, Most Worshipful Grand Master, Right Worshipful Deputy Grand Master, Right Worshipful Sirs, distinguished brethren, ladies and guests, good evening.
Good evening.
It is my distinct privilege to be asked to come onto the dais tonight with the brothers being honored by the 10th and 12th District. These are the men in our districts that are known by their lodges for their exceptional leadership, outstanding ritual, and solid Masonic ideals. So much so that they have been singled out by the Grand Lodge of New Jersey to be selected to be part of the 2025 Grand Master staff. Bar none, I have had the pleasure to be around many of them in different Masonic situations over the years. The Grand Master has made a very wise choice this year with his selection of these men. With that said, I'm not sure how Right Worshipful Michael Loiacono ended up with this distinguished group. His ritual is awful. It's expressionless, lacks excitement, and requires multiple prompting. It's always flat and unimpressive. He can't run a meeting and he can barely open a lodge and is completely disorganized. Well, you know that's all fake news. I was honored to be asked by Right Worshipful Mike to speak on his behalf and introduce him tonight. I briefly spoke with him the other day, and he let me know that he was trimming back his response tonight to about 45 minutes. So I need to keep my introduction brief. You can see by tonight's program, Mike's deep involvement in the many aspects of Freemasonry, whether it's Blue Lodge or the various dependent bodies. He's been a very busy man. There's no need to reiterate what you can see for yourself. But if you know Mike, he never does anything halfway. He's a man's man. He knows about fine cars, fine spirits, fine cigars, fine watches, and Freemasonry. He knows a lot about all these things and can talk at length about all of it, including Freemasonry. I'm amazed how much he can manage to keep in his head. Ask him about the inner workings of a nice watch or a high-end sports car or, God forbid, his mid-1980s IROC Z28 Camaro, if you dare, and have a couple extra hours to spare. Can't you just imagine him riding down the Jersey Shore with his T-top Camaro, the wind blowing through his glorious thick hair? It's very impressive. We both had that car, but only one of us still has the glorious hair. Being the Secretary of Philo Lodge, you have a particular perspective from the Secretary's chair to see the potential candidate advance from neophyte to Worshipful Master, and sometimes even beyond that. Mike came to Freemasonry back in 2015, and he's coming up on his 10th anniversary next month as Master Mason on May 25th. Congratulations, Mike. I don't really recall how Mike came to Philo Lodge. Maybe he's going to speak at length about that later. But I do know that we must have liked him since he managed to succeed in advancing past our initial scrutiny of candidates. It can be a bit of a candidate gauntlet at times. We've been using the Grand Lodge pipeline and the mentor program pretty successfully as of late. However, to be successful and to really fit into Philo, to be honest, you have to be a little bit demented. You have to have an odd, warped sense of humor. You have to be able to take a joke and give it right back without offense. I can't think of any member of Philo Lodge who is not a little off, including myself in some way. I mean, look at Philo's table, for Pete's sake. It's kind of scary. It looks like a police lineup. Mike is one of us. He's not right in the head. That's why we like him. We have been known to cast eyeballs at Grand Lodge of Instructions, for instance. That might just be an urban myth, maybe, I don't know. With that said, the candidate gauntlet builds a thicker-skinned brother, willing to work hard and have a great time in the process. Each succeeding degree draws the man into the fiber of Philo Lodge, making those brotherly connections deeper and ingrains the ideals of our lodge into his new Masonic identity. We don't just make a Mason, we make a Philo Lodge Mason. Right Worshipful Brother Mike was somehow part of this process. When I think back, I can't really recall a time before Mike was part of Philo and Philo was part of Mike. Mike is a dedicated part of the working machinery of our lodge, always there, doing something of importance. Never just sitting back and watching others do the work, ever. I know for sure that anyone that knows Mike from one of the many dependent bodies knows that he's involved in it, knows that he becomes an integral part of the success and the advancing forward of the organization, and always is looking forward to improve it. I came across a picture the other day from about 10 years ago with Mike sitting next to me in a golf cart at the annual golf outing in Atlantic City before Grand Lodge check-in. This is back when we used to meet in April. Probably his first time there, and he survived. From the very beginning, Mike was involved in the activities of our lodge, even this golfing debacle. He wasn't learning golf from me, for sure, but he was already becoming part of the fabric of our lodge. As a man moves up through the officers' chairs, you can see his team gel around him as he approaches the east. I typically provide a bit of advice to a brother once he gets close to ascending into the Oriental chair. Pick your team, choose the men to follow you carefully, observe the master, take and use the things that he's doing that you like, and continue and improve on those. The things you don't like, discard. Take note of the lodge's traditions and honor those. It allows a man to make his year in the East his own, and not a 2.0 version of the previous master. Do the things you feel will improve your lodge. Simply raise the bar. Add your mark. That's what it's all about. Raise the bar for your lodge, your chapter, your council every year. Make it better. Provide a great meal to the brothers coming from work or from home. Run a clean, targeted meeting. Provide Masonic light and send a brother home safely with a feeling that the master made your night worth the trip. Mike understands the formula and uses it wherever he goes in Masonry and brings the Philo Lodge ethos with him. Mike has added his mark to our lodge's ethos. Anyone who has interactions with Mike knows that he has done that. Mike brings every Masonic endeavor he is involved with his unique skills. If you have ever witnessed Mike doing the Canadian charge in a darkened lodge with the white gloves, expressively providing the signs of the degrees with his precise delivery, you have witnessed something special. I'm not sure where he picked up his knack for theatrical, maybe his job with Disney. We all know he likes to hang around backstage at the Little Mermaid shows. During Mike's years as master in 2020, the world was in the depths of a pandemic. New Jersey Freemason was tasked with figuring out how to continue to spread Masonic light in the midst of fear, panic, and darkness. New Jersey Freemasonry figured it out, allowing virtual meetings, limited installations, and other safety procedures to keep us connected, engaged, and safe. Mike's installation was like that. Only a few officers were allowed to be present, no pomp and circumstance, no parties, just the essentials of continuity. No complaints, just moving forward. Masonry not only survived but thrived where it had solid roots. There's one thing about Masonic light, you can't contain it. You can't hide it under a basket. Freemasonry is essential, just as light is essential. Light is not diminished because more people seek it. Each is enlightened and warmed by it. I believe this time in our fraternity has made us stronger and drawn us closer to each other. Philo Lodge has had this under Mike's leadership. He took it in stride as a challenge and made this very singular occurrence, and applied the Philo Lodge ethos to it. It made us stronger, more aware of the need to be together as a lodge, as brothers, as friends, as family, because we do absolutely love each other. I always worry as a successful brother branches out into other Masonic bodies that as he moves his ultimate Masonic path, that the Mother Lodge will somehow be diminished because his time is divided further. This certainly has not happened with Mike. We do sometimes see him less, but see him in other places spreading Masonic light and the Philo Lodge ethos there, making his mark, making a difference. Like I said earlier, light cannot be contained as it warms all who seek it. Spread your light wherever your Masonic path takes you, Michael. Freemasonry in New Jersey will be better for it, for sure. Continue making your mark, making Philo Lodge proud. So to finally wrap it up, sorry. It gives me great honor and pride and privilege to introduce to you tonight my friend, my brother, my mentor, the very impressive F. Michael Loiacono, Grand Chaplain 2025.